Hey, this will be a video chart that goes over the US dollar. The vehicle I'm using to track it is the UUP. Just like when I use gold, I just follow the GLD. Just one of those many various vehicles that you can use to track the sector. Um, and this just allows you to give the ability to trade the dollar if you'd like to. Um, but we're not really concerned about prices. We're just concerned about price movements and patterns and so forth. So I just want to say that up front is we're not concerned about any of this stuff over here. That's if you're a trader and you're buying in, of course you do. But I'm just concerned about the price movements, the fluctuations, and so forth. So that's what we're going to be going over. And the point of this video is just going to kind of be to point out why I'm not a believer yet in the dollar. Yes, this day is great. Yes, the volume has been very nice. But if you look at the chart, like we're going to break down, I'm not convinced at all that this really means anything. I've read some things where everybody's kind of implying, okay, the dollar's going to be up on the rise. Maybe, I hope so, because I'm a big believer that we need a strong dollar. But at the same time, I'm just from a charting standpoint, which is how I base, 90% of my decisions. I don't see any reason why to really believe it yet, because there's still so much work to be done. The first thing I want to point out is just simply this purple line here, which is the 50-day simple moving average, and this is actually pretty amazing. And this is kind of reason number one why I'm not a believer yet. So let's drop all the way back to right here, back in March, where the price fell below the 50-day simple moving average. Here it was support. When it fell below, it became resistance. That's just basic charting. And then let's just follow the progress as time went by. So the price made a move up here, got rejected. Again, couldn't separate from it, rejected, and then didn't even give it a try. Came up here, finally, rejected. Here again, rejected. Came up here, rejected, rejected, and here we are. So literally, we've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe even some more depending on how you want to gauge that. But 6 times, the dollars try to come up, or the charts try to come up and get through this 50-day simple moving average, and it just hasn't. It just is a pain in the neck, and this is what's pretty much dictating the downtrend here. Yes, here we had a nice volume day and a close above it, but then you can see there was absolutely no follow through. It just went straight back down. And here, yes, we're having good volume, but if you look, we're not even closing above it yet. We're not even, we bounced right off of it, so right there, the power of charting. The went up and then it got rejected right there by the 50-day, and so that not even, the only thing similar between these two things or these 2 days is volume. This we haven't even closed above it yet. So seeing that and seeing how, or just knowing how gold is acting. Actually, real quick, let me pull up the gold chart. You can see right here that gold has dropped down. Big day. But now it found support right there at its 20-day simple moving average, where you would expect it to, and that's where there might be some consolidating and then head back up, which would imply that the dollar is going back down. So that's kind of why it's nice that we're having this one big day with volume, but it's still in a downtrend by far, not even above this 50-day. And even if we were to get above it, we would need to see some follow through. And if this day or this day is any sort of possible predictor of what might happen, there's quite a bit of work that needs to be done. And you can see this candle still moving around because the day is still going. But hopefully this is real. But the point right now is I don't think it is. And I think the dollar is, going to remain in this downtrend right now just because there's just too much pressure on it. And the pressure is really good represented here by this 50-day simple moving average. Now let's say it does pull back. Just because it pulls back a little doesn't mean all hope is gone. But, there's some key levels that I'd like to see hold. And the main one being just simply right here at the low of this line right here. If this line fails, or if this support level fails, then it's one of those things where I'm going to be looking for it. I'm trying to get it more matched up there. That's better. I'll be looking for it to come back down here, retest this low, and then again, I wouldn't be surprised to see it go to new lows and break down through there. So that's the key line I'm watching on any sort of pullback. If the chart does pull back, however, finds support here and starts to consolidate here, and then heads back up and breaks above this high, that would be a great sign for the chart. That would be a very bullish sign, but I don't think that's going to happen. But if it did do something like that, that would I think bode well for quite a few things economically speaking. Um, but we'll just have to wait and see. So for the time being, the key resistance to see if we can separate from is the 50-day simple moving average. The key support we want to see hold is right down here on any sort of pullback. But don't get your hopes up too much right now. Yes, gold's cooling off. Yes, that's pulling back, but at the same time, the dollar's by no means out of this neck of the woods. And some people might not want the dollar to keep going up because that would probably imply that the market's gonna keep pulling back. But the market may have a pullback here in store anyway, so I wouldn't be surprised to see it pop up a little bit, but I'm not quite sure it's going to be able to separate very much from this moving average here. I hope I'm wrong. I hope the dollar takes off. I would love to see that, but right now I'm still not a believer, and I just need to see more confirmation than one day with good volume. So if you do have any other questions on the dollar or this chart, please shoot me a message. I'd also encourage you to check out bullwarriorstocks.com. If you go there and sign up for the free newsletter, you'll be sent a free ebook which goes over tips and tricks on how to use charts in the markets to make money. With your free subscription, you'll get chart setups, trade ideas, educational pieces, all sorts of things, from big boards down to penny stocks. So there's a good variety, something for everybody. We've been making some good money together, and best part is it's all free, no strings attached, so it's worth at least giving a try. One more time, this was the U.S. dollar, in which we used the UUP to follow it. Thanks for listening, and have a good weekend.